Well, hello there, and welcome back to another episode of Shining Force 2. So, I did a bit of off-screen grinding, but not that much. I got my characters to level 23 around, and I decided I'm not going to grind anymore. I'm going to promote my team, except for Chester, as I mentioned before. And basically it comes down to, like, this battle which I've been grinding in has stopped giving me experience by this time, and the next battle up is kinda tough, so I feel like I want the boost from the new weapons, which you can only which you can only equip if you're promoted. And yeah, that's my reasoning behind it. Basically, it comes down to patience for me. And if you don't agree with me promoting at this time, sorry about that. But it's me playing, so deal. Anyway, starting from the top, let's see what happens to Brayla here if I promote him. Brayla wants to be promoted to the A fighting class. Slight misprint maybe. The A fighting class. Yeah, he does. A hero. I wonder... yeah, that's short for hero, I guess. Sedan Brayler with the class of hero. I'm gonna take you with me on this, like, promotion playthrough. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, and now he has a red cap and a headband and stuff. Red cape, I mean. Yeah, if you don't want to tag along, if you don't want to tag along through this promotion journey, feel free to skip ahead. But as we can see, Brayler grew up in the picture as well. So he went from a 12-year-old boy to a 13-year-old boy. Something like that. Chester, no. Jaha, here we have a special treat. Yes, he can be promoted to the Baron with a warrior pride, which I found earlier in the game. Yes, and I want to do that. Now, this class, the Baron class, isn't extremely impressive, but it's like mostly a very stable sort of warrior type. He's quite close to what Brayler is right now, and he can use swords, which is a thing. Slade will do a bit of kind of a transformation too. He can be promoted to a ninja. I wonder what that's short for. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'm going to promote Geralt or Peter. Yeah, maybe I will. He's a ninja, and he looks like that. Woo! Special thing. And Squirtl. Oh dear old Squirtl. You're tired of being a little turtle, aren't you? And he can be promoted to Monster, that is. And he looks hideous. Yeah, that's about it. Peter, kind of tired of that poop on your head? Yeah, well, let's redo that, shall we? From a fink to a phoenix. So yeah, now he promotes to a phoenix. So I wonder what he was before. Phoenix, funk. funky bird, I'm not sure. And look at the sprite too. You can barely see him, but boom! There he goes. He got a punk fries of some sort. Yeah, punk hair. The awesome main. See, she can be promoted to Bow Knight. And that's a fairly unexciting promotion, but anyway, she looks kind of cool. During battle, she does. And there we go. And I'm gonna promote Kira too. Can be promoted to a Wolf Baron, I think that is. Wolfman to Wolf Baron. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay. But he changes a bit too. So there we have him. He is a wolf. I didn't see the moon coming out, but anyway, there he is. We have Luke. Yeah, a bird. A bit, I guess, bird battler. Baby turtle. I'm not sure. Anyway, nothing happens to him. And we have Elric here. I haven't used him. I'm gonna promote Rick. Paladin. Which is good for him, I guess. And now I'm gonna wait on Elric. I'm not sure I'm gonna use him, but I might want a few levels more before promoting out of him if I end up using him. Now let's see. Buy some stuff. Broadsword for Luke. Raises it his attack to a nice 50, which is kinda neat. And Slade, as you can see, no longer having the dagger equipped. He is a sword wielder nowadays. 39 to 61, so he is very powerful. And I'm gonna buy one for Java as well. As you can see, you can wear both swords and axes, and my audio died for some reason. So this is where I'm just doing a voiceover, trying it out over this episode. I hope it's okay, and I hope I'll be able to narrate anything I'm doing here. I don't remember it all, because this was actually quite a while ago. I'm just talking here while I'm buying weapons in the video. I've had some things to fix with Camtasia, and I've had other troubles like this one with the audio and stuff, and also I started working and everything, so that's why I haven't been recording for quite a while. I'm sorry about that, terribly sorry, but here we are back, and I'm going to try to tell you what I'm doing, as I said, even though I don't really remember exactly what I said. So, buying stuff, I guess here. I promoted my characters, and now it's just updating stuff. You see, I sold the Achilles sword for one thing, and that places it in the special deals section, as I showed you there. Yeah, the Achilles sword doesn't match the best swords on the market anymore, so I'm selling it. And Chester, as I probably mentioned in the beginning of the episode, is at level 23, and he will remain unpromoted for quite a while. And we will perhaps later on give him the power ring. Right now, Squirtl is worse. Surprise. And yeah, he can, and Squirtl can still keep the power ring. So, leaving the village and going around and facing a battle, because this is the annoying thing with the like random battles, you know, the recurring battle things, is that they could happen to you even if you don't want them, and in this case I don't want them, so I have to use egress and try again. And for Shining Force 3 to the Sega Saturn, they removed the recurring battles, because really it isn't very needed. If you want to grind in some way, you can always like refrain from killing the last guy and then replay the battle that way. One thing which is, well, a thing here is that you see I'm going up here to, yeah, I think it avoids the triggers for the battle better. I'm not sure about this, but I'm trying it out. Just, yeah. One thing which is good with the recurring battles is that they get refreshed later on in the game. Like, for instance, yeah, if I go back to that battle later on, and here we have another, there will be newer enemies. I smell more invaders from the east. He's a skeleton, so he does some sort of thing like that. This is the territory of Mr. Creed. Go away.
But we have just seen. Please let us pass. Pass.
No, leave now. Never mind. Get them, boys. Alright, and here we are in battle again, and with an entirely refreshed or updated party. Yes, and the skeleton, as you can see, is quite a tough guy. 54 attack is quite high, and defense 40 is also quite high. Movement of 6, but yeah, it's quite good. And that's the protect ring that the Dark Madam has there. It's a ring that I want. As you might guess, it raises defense for the wearer. And we have the Harpy again, which is a dangerous foe, as before. Like, the attack value of enemies increase quite rapidly from this point on, so you can't expect to take no damage. Oh, I hate Rick. You can't expect to take like no damage from enemies, or only one or so. That could happen in, for example, the Shining Force 1. It's not hard to get your guys good enough to only take 1 damage from the most recent enemies, even in the end of the game. And it's not very impressive if the last boss, so to speak, only does 1 damage to you per attack. So, yeah. I enjoy that feature in this game. I enjoy that it's a bit more challenging in that regard, even though it's the game is in itself easy enough as is, so you don't need that super powerful or to outgrow your enemies at that pace to make the game easy. that said, there are tricky battles, of course, in the game. Only thing is, at this point I know them quite well. So, Slade is a ninja, May is a bow knight, Squirtl is a monster, and as you can see, he can move quite freely. He is huge, and he is completely unaffected by rough terrain and stuff. So that is what's going for him. What's going against him is the rest. Not good attack, not good, well, his defense is not as impressive anymore, and low HP, which makes him very easy to kill for a magician. Peter is, however, the house of the force here. He is really good. Slade is the king of the party right now, I think, with very high stats stuff. And the only thing I've given Slade for boosting is one power potion, mind you. So it's not that I've pushed him insanely, an insane amount. But that there is a certain amount of randomness to the game, so some playthroughs Slade ends up like mediocre, or yeah, he's always decent, but not impressive, not extremely impressive in any regard. And sometimes he ends up a beast. The same is true for Jaha and stuff. Peter always ends up crazy good. Oh, and there is Creed's mansion, quite small, but it's larger on the inside or something. Yeah. So the same is true for Jaha and other members. Like, yeah, you can see Geralt, for example. He isn't a very impressive character right now, so, and he might never be, in which case I might have to replace him, but yeah, in this game there aren't, and you see he is a monster still, does only a couple of damage. It's quite strange actually how monstrous body rolling over you can do the same amount of damage as a turtle throwing his helmet in your face. Anyway, logic is overrated. Yeah. What I was saying is, in this game, there are not really an abundance of good characters. Like in, for example, Shining Force 1, if you have played that game, you have a lot to choose from there. And also in Shining Force 3 for the Saturn, there are quite a lot of good characters. I think it's true for like the Game Gear games too. At least I've only played one of the Game Gear games once. And I think I had some trouble with whom to cut when I had reached the maximum. Well, oh, I showed you the new spell he got there, Bolt, which he got when I did a bit of grinding earlier, when I ground the party. Anyway, let's see what Slade can do. The beast. 20 damage, yeah. That is quite impressive for being on an attack on an orc, which has high defense. So let's see, he earns 44 experience points, yeah. So the game interprets your level as, the game plays as as if you were promoted at level 20, even though you were promoted a couple levels later. So now we gain experience points as if we were on level 21 unpromoted. But in reality we are level 25 or something. And that, of course, you can figure out for yourself. It has an even greater impact if you like. Boost your characters to level 37 before promoting. 37 is quite common for people who like grinding, who like doing that trick. So then you have like 17 more levels of power, but the amount of experience you gain will be equal to as if you were on level 21 unpromoted, if you promote them at 37, which makes your party able to reach quite high stats. Ooh, and there we have Squirtl's special attack, which is one of his traits as a monster. Yeah, that it happens at random makes it very unreliable, so either he does a mediocre amount of damage, not able to kill a fly, or he does an immense amount of damage, so there's very little consistency to Squirtl. And Kazin is already level 3 because we promoted him early. And that's because he gains new spells, and I want him to gain levels with those spells and not with his old spells. That's of no interest to me. Blaze level 4, yeah, the max amount of levels you can have for a spell is 4. So Blaze level 4 is quite strong, which is his highest. Or his attack magic, yeah. And it's relatively cheap. I think it costs only 8 magic points compared to the spells he gets now, which are very expensive. But the truth of the matter is that even though they are cheap, he doesn't get that many chances during one battle to cast spells. So if he has like 80 MP, that might be enough to cast like 4 or 5 of his new spells, and he might not get an opportunity to attack more than that anyway. So then, in that case, I will go for the more expensive spell with the higher amount of damage.